Today we are going to be growing 3 of the newest crops added to Farming and Friends, and you might be wondering, what are these crops? Well, if you take a look at the Christmas Pass, which is available for a limited time, well, it's technically called the Season Pass, but I just call it the Christmas Pass, you'll notice that there's 3 types of seeds you can unlock. You have mint seeds, you have marshmallow seeds, and finally, you have Poinsettia seeds, and I think that's how you pronounce it. I looked it up just to figure out how to pronounce it correctly. But you have these 3 seeds that you can unlock, and in this video, we're going to be growing all 3 of them side by side and then selling them to see how much money we can make. First off, we're going to head over to my shed, or my miniature barn, whatever you want to call it, and take a look at our collection. So here we have the marshmallow seeds, here we have this is actually the holly, which you redeem for the points, but we're not growing that because that's pretty basic. You also have the, I'm looking around where the box, okay, here we go. Here we have the poinsettia, and then down here, we have the mint. So we're going to grow those in just a moment, but first off, we have to basically prepare our field with the plow, with the cultivator, and then finally we can plant all 3 of the seeds. And it looks as if I also have some gifts up front. I don't know what these are. I don't think they're anything. We can look at the Christmas Pass. I don't know why these are here. I don't think, yeah, there's nothing inside of them. So we just have some mysterious presents at the front of our farm with no purpose whatsoever, but that's fine. So our tractor's over here. We're going to use that really quickly with our plows, and I'll show you what we're going to do in just a moment. So I have this massive field here, which I'm not going to bother plowing or doing anything with because that's just for holly. But over here, I have these 3 lanes of 2 tiles wide, or yeah, I have these 3 lanes that are 2 tiles wide and 25 tiles long, so they can each fit 1 box of these seeds. And these seeds, I don't really think are meant to be sold. Just because they are a little rare. You only get the amount of seeds you actually unlock from the season pass, so you really have to keep in mind whether you actually want to plant these, and if you do, if you even want to sell them. Because with the alien tentacles, those are sort of rare as well, and what I do is I just plant them on my farm as decoration. But just for this video, I want to go ahead, plant these, and then sell them just to show you what it actually looks like, and then even for me, because I don't even know what these look like. I've never planted these before, and I don't know what the heck a marshmallow plant looks like because I know those aren't real. Unless someone lied to me and they actually are real, but I highly doubt that. So next up, we're just going to take our cultivator, go over these tiles over here really quickly, and make them into some nice smooth dirt. There we go, and then we can go ahead and plant. So we have these 3 boxes here. We only can put 1 in the seeder at a time. So we'll start off with the mint because this is one of the first seeds you will actually unlock from completing the season pass. And to get these seeds, you don't have to purchase the this tier up here, which does cost Robux. You can just complete the free tier and still get some of these rewards. But meanwhile, let's go ahead, and I have to make sure I don't accidentally plant these in other lanes of whatever they're called, the other rows, I guess, of soil. That way we can have them all separated. But here we go with the mints. We're gonna hop out of our tractor really quickly just to see what they look like up close, and that's pretty cute looking. It looks like this. Wow, that's pretty realistic compared to some of the other crops you grow in this game. So it's going to be interesting to see how they turn out. But let's go ahead and check out the marshmallow. That one I really want to see because I don't know what a marshmallow plant looks like. But we're going to grow those next and see what do they turn out to be. So here we have the marshmallow seeds. We're just going to add them really quickly. There we go, and hop into our tractor. And this is going to be the second middle row here of soil, which we're just going to plant, and then we'll take an up close look at what the heck a marshmallow plant looks like. So up close here, we can take a good look at them. As you can see, oh, we're under the map. Hold on. There we go. So this is what they look like. Oh my goodness, there's flowers already. But these also look quite realistic relative to some of the other crops in the game, so that's pretty interesting as well, I will say. And of course, we can't forget the final crop, which is the poinsettia, and that's going to be the most interesting to me. It was one I was waiting to unlock to actually make this video because it's further up the game, or not the game pass, but the season pass. It's all the way right here on, I don't know which day this is, but it's all the way like in the middle of the pass, I would say. But here we have a box of it. Let's go ahead, load it up really quickly into the seeder. Blop, there we go. And let's go off for a drive and go plant them. And here they go, and you'll notice they are rather dark compared to some of the other ones we have planted. So let's go ahead, take an up-close look of what they are. Oh my goodness, they look like tiny trees. Oh wait, no they don't. I mean, they sort of do. But these look like the hollies almost. Wow. Except you'll notice they have like, what, the red flower up there or something? I don't know. That's pretty cool looking. So now what we have to do is wait for them to grow before we even consider selling them. And I'm just going to park my equipment here. We can go ahead and grab my harvester. We also could use that truck as well, just so that we have somewhere to load the crops into. And I'm going to park this. We can just park this right here for now, because I think the mint should be the first done growing, but I don't necessarily know what the growth times are for these crops. However, what I do know is the sell prices, and the sell prices are quite unique, but we'll talk more about that in just a moment once we actually can get to selling. And as you can see, I mean, I haven't really done any editing. I haven't waited around that much. Everything you've seen has pretty much led up to this moment. And as you can see, the crops are growing relatively quickly. As you can see, the mint is probably a quarter or maybe a fifth of the way done. These ones are a little bit slower just because they were planted later. But I'm going to go ahead, my combine moved. Oh, that part I don't like about the physics update, is that people move my equipment. But we're going to go ahead, do a little bit of a time lapse to show you these crops growing, and then we can go ahead and harvest them. So the one thing about these time lapses is that I never actually know when the crops are done growing, and especially with this one, or all three of these, when they all look the same as they grow, I don't really know. So they still have a little bit of time left growing, but they're pretty much growing at the same rate, which is interesting as well. And one thing you will figure out in just a moment is that they all sell for the same price too, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. But here is what they currently look like. I know it's a little bit dark, but the sun will be rising soon and I'll be able to give you a better look at these. But this is what they look like right now. Also, these ones are very dark. They blended to the darkness, so they didn't really show up that well on the time lapse, but this is what they look like. Yay! So the sun is out and we can go ahead and take a final look at these crops before we go ahead and harvest them. So here we have the mint seeds. They look like this. They're all taller than me. That's pretty funny. But I really like the texture. They're quite realistic. And then over here you have the marshmallow ones, which turned out not to just grow marshmallows. I don't necessarily know what this plant is. I'm guessing it's a marshmallow plant of some sort, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean it is a like edible marshmallow. But this is what it looks like. It's even taller. And then over here we have the poinsettia with its nice red flowers and bushy like appearance. It's nice. So now it's time to harvest all these and go sell them. So starting off, we're going to just harvest the mint right here because that was the first we planted. And there we go. So now that we have the mint, we have to go ahead and sell it before we can actually sell the rest of them, because we can only transport one crop at a time. So we're going to go ahead and load this up and take this over to the store. So we can go ahead and drive over to the farm store or farm co, whatever you want to call it, and park our truck here and take a look at the sell price. And one thing you'll notice is that the 50 mint is going to sell for 45,000 coins, and then we have that 5% bonus from being in their Roblox group. But one thing I want to tell you is that the price is going to be different for different people, and let me explain why. If we hop out of our truck for just a second, take a look in the setting, well, actually not settings, which one is it? Farm, you'll notice this here. It doesn't really say what it should say. It should say it's your net worth, but for some reason the coin icon's here and the price is here, or the money's here. This will affect what your price is for these crops. So I'll put this on the screen, and according to this, basically your net worth will affect what price all of these crops sell for. So if your net worth is greater than 2 million coins, that means the sell price for each of these crops is going to be 900 each. And then if your net worth is less than that, it's going to be 500 each, and so on. So that's quite different from the rest of the crops in the game. So I wanted to take some time to explain that, because the rest of the crops in the game are dictated by this board here, which has these magically randomly generated prices, as you can see, and they fluctuate, but they are the same for everyone. But with these Christmas crops, the price does not change. It only changes according to your net worth. So now that I've explained it, we can go ahead and sell our mint really quickly for 47,250 coins. That is not really that much. So we've sold the mint. Now let's go ahead and sell the marshmallow. And these prices should stay the same for all three of these crops. We'll go ahead and confirm it anyways by selling the rest of these once we go ahead and return back to FarmCo. So here we go with the marshmallow. It has been loaded into our truck, and it has a nice, I guess, I don't know, marshmallow texture, and, well, not really texture, but color. And we could go ahead and go sell these. These gifts are still there, though, even though there's nothing inside of them. But let's take this here and sell it for another 47,250 coins in just a second. Let's just park here so we can get the icon to appear on the left of my screen. There we go, queue, and sell it for the same price. There goes my 50 marshmallows. And finally, we have the poinsettia waiting for us back at our farm, where we're going to sell that as well for the same price. And here it goes into the harvester and ready to be sold momentarily. And just like that, all of the crops have been harvested, and that's probably the last time I'll actually ever harvest these crops, just because they're so rare and I want to save the boxes. And when we load it into the truck, you'll notice it has this nice, I guess, red color. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks pretty red to me. And there we go. So we have sold all 3 of the seeds, and that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you want to earn these seeds in the game, you still have time to do so. If you take a look at the season pass, as of recording this, there are 15 days left for you to go ahead and complete it and unlock all of these gifts. And at the end, of course, you have a little pickup truck here, and over here you actually have a semi-hauler if you paid the 800 Robux to unlock this row up here. Other than that, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section and I will reply. But other than that, have a good day, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!